If you're familiar with this channel, you know we like to take a deep look at guitars, pedals, and amps, and that's no different when it's travel gear, like the time I took a carbon fiber acoustic to the desert where it was 108 degrees outside and 130 degrees in the car, and I tested it for you guys. You guys asked about the new Spark Go travel amplifier, and I thought, why not take it on a week-long vacation to see how it performs? So let's see how it did, and if it did what it promised it could do. So pretty straightforward. It says open me right here, so we just pull on that and pull this out. We have, oh, okay, there's the carry strap, so it's soft on this side like felt, and then this side is leather or leatherette. And here we have what looks like an alternate grill or a grill cover, so we'll check that out. So it looks like there's a leather one and then a rubber one, so you have two of those. Charging cable, so it comes with a USB cable right here. So you have USB-C to USB. Okay, that's to charge the battery. And then we have the actual unit itself. Oh, look at that. So you can change the aesthetic of it. That's pretty cool. You have two speakers right here. Go ahead and do that. And then this is where these attach here, like so. So this is to carry it. You have volume controls right here. You have a preset control right here. You have a headphone jack right there. You have the input for your guitar, goes there. And then this is probably your master volume. USB-C, there's where you charge that. Oh, there's the power button hidden right there. There you go. Let's go ahead and see if it's charged and check it out to see how good it sounds.
So now I've spent some time with the amplifier, and I have to tell you there's some cool things. So first is out of the box, it came 75% charged. And my understanding is that whenever you're dealing with lithium-based rechargeable devices, they're never gonna come delivered more than 75% charged. So 75% charge got me 2 to 3 hours. Now, the box and the information state that this thing will last 8 hours. We've been using it for days, and here's what we've learned. We never ran it 8 hours because there's just no reason to run, to play guitar or play the Bluetooth speaker for 8 hours. But we did 4 and 5 hours with no problem. And so to me, if you're playing for 5 hours through this thing or listening to music for 5 hours through this thing, that's pretty good. And the next day, of course, then you'd notice you get about 1-2 hours, and then the warning light would start indicating. It's another cool thing on the side. When you turn it on, there's a green light. You tap it one more time and it get a little blue light that lets you know your Bluetooth ready. And then when the battery starts going down, the green light turns red, so you know. Something that I really was curious about was the app, because I didn't want to use it. So I'll talk about using it and I'll talk about not using it. First thing that's important is that I took it out of the box. I plugged the guitar into it. It came with 4 presets. You get a clean channel, which is like a Fender amp. You get a slightly gritty channel, which is like a Fender Tweed amp cranked sound. You get a third channel, which is your Marshall sound. And then you get a 5th channel, which is your like your 5150 sound. That's the presets they give you with some basic effects. So out of the box, you get 4 different tones. You get to operate every function on this amplifier, including the Bluetooth, and you'll never have to download an app, which is important if that's something you're not interested in. Another cool thing that I want to point out before we get started on that is if you hold down the preset button, even though there's a tuner in the app, which is great, and you can get a free tuning app from a lot of companies, I really liked the built-in tuner, how it works when the light to your left means you're flat, the red light to your right means you're sharp, and then when you get the 2 green lights, it means you're in tune. Now we've discovered that you can use the amp out of the box, ready to go, plug into it, and you have a 4-channel amplifier with a Bluetooth speaker. The Bluetooth speaker sounds pretty good. So what we're listening to right now is the actual Bluetooth speaker. This is Larry Mitchell, my buddy Larry Mitchell, who is an amazing musician. So check out his links down below to his beautiful music. But this is the Bluetooth speaker, and like I said, it sounds really good. But also keep in mind, it's just not gonna fill up an area too much, but it sounds great. One of the things they show you is that there's this rubber pad on the bottom, and you can put that flat against any surface and it increases the bass. I saw almost no difference in it. If it was very minor. It was not a huge amount. One thing I will say I like about that feature is, if it does improve the sound, it's great, but what I like is puts the cable facing forward, and you don't have to worry about, pulling it off the table, because again, it's kind of sticking there. Now let's go through some sounds. I have a Zoom recorder, an H6, so nothing fancy, just enough to give you an idea. I'm running my Kiesel Delos right here, headless. Like all the other positive grid stuff that I've experienced, it always comes a little warm and bassy. If you play the clean channel, I didn't have any trouble with the distortion channel with the clean channel. You can definitely get the amp to break up in a very unpleasant way. You can tell the speakers just can't take the low end, the hard hitting. So if you like to play humbuckers clean and hit really hard, you're probably not going to be super impressed with this amp. Let's go to preset 2. This is going to be your tweed, breaking up a little bit. Let's go to the next preset. This is going to be your Marshall. And then, of course, your high gain. All those sounds built in. Now, one thing I did immediately was you can download the app. I could edit this amp very quickly. Did not take anything. The app took 30 to 60 seconds to download using the actual phone network, not a Wi-Fi. What I immediately did was I added compressor to the clean sound, and then I just changed some of the EQing on the clean sound. I immediately loved that a lot better. I thought the notes sounded a little cleaner and fuller. Cleaned up a lot. So the compressor is really nice. So again, you can go and edit. Fender Tweed. So you get that grit. Keep in mind, all this tone is done outside while people are outside. Here's your Marshall sound. And then last is going to be that 5150 sound, that aggressive distortion. You can also then use their jam tracks and play along and backing tracks. I was pulling that stuff pretty much just off YouTube, off backing tracks, and it worked great. I'm playing it as loud as I could in the hotel rooms. I thought you could definitely disturb somebody if you wanted to, but it didn't seem to. It was really cool. Loud enough to get over ocean waves or atmospheric noise. So if you're at if you're outside and you're trying to use the Bluetooth or even play the guitar, it'll be slightly loud enough to where you can hear it. And when I bought this, it was $129, so shipping is $139, or not shipping tax. And then they immediately put them on sale. They're on sale probably as the time of doing this video. I was gonna say for 130 bucks, I thought it was a pretty good amplifier. I mean, it's probably one of the best little travel amplifiers I've ever used, especially since it's also a Bluetooth. It's pretty good. Again, like I said, if you're into really good sounding Bluetooth speakers, this is not what this is. But if you buy those generic, inexpensive Bluetooth speakers that just sound okay, just to get some music sounding better than your phone, this is what this is. But of course, now it's also a guitar amp with a tuner built in. Another cool thing just to know is it has a headphone jack out, but you can go in the app and switch that to mono send, so you can use this as a direct recorder. You could actually record with this legitimately. The software is good enough to where if you ran it into a recording interface, you would get a very good recording. The other thing I should also talk about is how it feels. Texturally, it's really feels strong. The handle is a really cool idea, this little strap. In fact, I'm super impressed. That brings me to the last part, which is something you have to know, which is because it has a rechargeable battery internal, you cannot check this on an airplane. So this will have to be transported with you on the plane. They don't let you check rechargeable batteries or devices that you cannot remove the rechargeable battery from in an airplane. So that's something to be prepared for. So you're gonna understand if you're gonna take this somewhere, which is probably the whole point of this, is travel. I have to say this has made the vacation better, and it was a lot of fun. and I really enjoyed it on every level, and no regrets. And I can't even think of a whole lot of shortcomings. Like I said, since I'm not an app person, I like the fact that I can bypass that. I'm sure people are going to put comments down below about how all the amazing features are in the apps, which I'm sure that's absolutely true, but I don't really want to be spending time with my technology, especially on vacation. I just want to be playing music and listening to music, and that's what I got out of that. But like I said, I did appreciate the app, and like I said, tons of features. Everything you can do with the other Spark amps, you can do with this. But let me know in the comments what you thought of it. As always, thank you guys so much for your time. Till the next time, know your gear.